This was me trying to get out the house before the sun went down and handle some business, run some errands, do some things. And my daughter acting like we like we ain't got nothing to do. Like we ain't got like I'm about the whole time sneak out and leave her little behind in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like or not. Or just not, you know. Anyway, trust all is well and I pray the same. Thanks so much for tuning in, tapping in, vibing with me. This is Alchemy Simone Thoreau. We're just gonna do a quick reading while we waiting. All right. So like, share, subscribe, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Trust all is well and I pray the same. Gonna do a few more shuffles. Oh yeah, well I shuffled last time. I'm always just, imbuing the current energies. It's gonna be the current energy checking and the good stuff coming to you. What you can look forward to, the positive, because I'm trying to be a little bit more intentional with these readings, okay? So, without further ado, want to hear a story? Here it goes. We got the 7 of Wands, 2 of Cups. We're not doing reversals right now, but we got the 2 of Cups and the Lovers. Interesting. Okay, what's on the bottom? King of Swords. I almost kind of want to just, let me clarify these. Let's go ahead with the King of Wands. World card on top of the 2 of Cups, the Knight of Cups. That's crazy. With the High Priestess. What's on the bottom? The Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Last 2. 3 of Cups. 7 of Pentacles. And the Fool. I said last 2 with the 4 of Pentacles on the bottom, right? Alright, so this a story. This a whole story. And I was trying not to go this way, but it just seemed like it just be on what it's on, right? And you can call this whatever you want to call it, but this could either be a love reading, because we have the Lovers, right? And right beside the 2 of Cups. Like, these are the 2 cards that I'm always kind of like, with, not which one is it? Is it? No, the 2 of Cups. Here's the Lovers. Yeah. I'm having to, I don't know why I'm having to think about that. I had to go through this deck real quick for something. But anyway, let's go ahead. You're starting off with the 7 of Wands. Okay, first and foremost, look at the position that you're in, right? The position that you're in, you stand your ground. It's perceivably that you're at a higher plane, at a higher level, or what have you, right? You're protecting what you have maintained, acquired, what you've achieved, the position that you've, and it's something about coming in with this 2 of Cups to the Lovers, and it's really, you know what I'm saying, like a decision that you're having to make and moving forward. With the King of Swords, it just give me on some you could have either been having to deal with someone that was just really let's just say difficult to deal with, right? Either that, or you had to maintain and assume a position of I'm getting unfuckwitableness. And when I say that, I mean just no compromise, no nothing. Like, I don't even want to hear it at this point. Whatever could have possibly transpired, you let's just say, okay, because I'm trying to avoid going from a love relationship, whatever situation, right? This is somebody who is having to, for whatever reason, because we coming in with the 7 of Wands, having to make a decision based on like logic. Like, fuck all them feelings. Fuck whatever. Like, we not, like, what, it's something about what has transpired or what got you to this position that is having more of an effect of these feelings and the love and the whatever. It's something about infatuation and all the things, because by the time we get to the King of Swords, it's like whole time none of that even matters. Like, I can't hear what you're saying. You can have all the feelings in the world, Sway. But right here, right now, guess what we about to do? We about to move strategically. We're about to move logically. We're about to move, you know how they say, we're not being a fool for love. We're not doing none of that. Right? So anyway, we come to the next row, and we had a King of the King of Wands. Roll call, Knight of Cups. This Knight of Cups been out here like something terrible these past couple of days. And again, with the High Priestess, not again, but with the High Priestess. Let me just give all the cards. Then you got the Wheel of Fortune on top of the King of Wands with the World card. The 3 of Cups on top of the World. And hopefully you can see it. Anyway, right? 7 of Pentacles, Fool, 4 of Pentacles at the end. I'm the whole time getting like, when you choose ye this day whom ye gonna serve, and it's something about choosing yourself, right? And coming into this new, let's just say, I feel like a new level of awareness, a new cycle. Like, this is growth. This is okay. This is, I don't know, I'm getting metaphysics, right? But let's just say, because quantum whatever you want to call it, I'm gonna have to figure out what the difference is. But somebody brought that up not too long ago. I was just like, okay, metaphysics, quantum physics, okay, whatever, right? But there's a concept where when you decide, you split off into, like, had you made a decision to go left, you would have gone off into this particular reality or this particular whatever. Had you make the decision to go right, you're going to split off. But it's at this point of deciding, and it's right here, like with the Lovers and the, actually it's the whole row, because it's something about, something about consternation wouldn't even at play. It's not even, this wasn't a, I know people say with the Lovers, it's like a decision, you know, you can even think about being in a contemplative state. But with this King of Swords at the end of it, and I ain't even gonna give you 2 vibes off of this. It's something about whatever this King of Swords is standing in, what this King of Swords represent, just made this a no-brainer, right? So moving forward, but again, I say it's that decision. So based off of that decision that you're making, and even the decision that is being made right now, the way that you move and how you out here showing up in this space, right? The way that you're being seen, the way that you're being viewed, is like you're not going back. It's like it's something about, like, you can't go back. You know too much. You've seen too much. Especially, not even just know too much and seen too much. It's something about you just not even, you're not the same person. You're not the same person. It's almost something to the point where it's like, what's the benefit? I had a conversation. It just is what it is. But I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and it was a friend. Let's just say a friend from childhood, but it was a friend that I hadn't spoken to in at least 5 years, right? And there was reason for me personally to not speak to this person, but it just is what it is. But anyway, they were like, oh well, we should catch up and all of this other stuff. And I was just like, yeah, nah. No, nothing. No, it's good to see you're still alive, and I'm glad you're well. I'm glad all's well, and yada yada yada. But as far as like doing all the extra stuff, and I kind of had to break it down. Like I wasn't going to, but they kind of pressed me to, and I was just like, personally, you know, I just don't think, I forget how I worded it, but I was like, would I consider a friend? I just don't feel like you were a good friend to me. And they're, of course, like, no, I was a good friend. I was just for him, Well, apparently, whatever memories you have are not the same other memories I have, And before you want to go even further, my whole thing was just what I consider a friend is maybe different than what you consider to be a friend. And I've been told by a quote-unquote friend, and I use this term loosely, y'all, I promise you, I do. Another childhood friend that I still keep in touch with, more so, but whatever. It was just like, you expect a lot from your friends. You expect a lot from your friends. And I'm thinking, yes, I do. And I'm thinking I do. And it's interesting because maybe what I have in mind is like, I've seen it. I know it's possible. I know it's out there. I know people do it. I know it's I know it's a thing, so I'm not completely loopy. It's just that these are not the type of people I've been connecting with. Like we just, like people that aren't aligned in their values and their, for whatever reasons, not going down a rabbit hole. But the point I'm trying to make here is with this, right, is it's no point in going back. And it's back for what? Does that make sense? Back for what? And if you want to get even more, no, and we're not, because that's not even the point here. This reading, I promise you, there's something coming up about it with the high priestess on top. Underneath, on top, whatever you want to call it, with the King of Swords, right? But it's really in your mind on some like, yeah, I don't see no. And I even told this person, like, what's the benefit? With that, and I promise you, I kept it super surface level. I tried my best. That was pointless because I even told her, I shouldn't have called. Feeling the way that I feel and all the other stuff, I just shouldn't have called. And me personally, I just understand. It's sometimes to me, I feel like it's best to just start over from scratch and keep it surface level. Right? For me. I'm not saying that's the way to do things, and who cares? What this person was saying, she mentioned, that's just not healthy. And she was referring to me just not bringing up anything. No, that's just the way that I choose to deal, because it's like, bring it up for what? Bring up certain things is like, for what? People play in your face, or people do silly things, or people do things to intentionally, cause some type of strife or strain, and they want you to bring it up. They want you to be in that, let's go there kind of space or energy. And I'm just like, no, I just remove myself. Go there for what? And I feel like that's what this kind of energy is especially with the 7 of Wands on top of it. It's somebody that wants you to go there. And it's something about being stuck in a cycle. And whatever this space is, I'm seeing with the 10 of Wands on top of it, with the Wheel of Fortune. I don't know why I keep, because it's a 10 on the Wheel of Fortune, y'all. But I normally do this often where I'm like 10, right? But on top, the Wheel of Fortune, on top of the World card, you have 2, to me, 2, in addition to the Fool card. This is not going back. This is brand new. This is And it's and put it like this, because we do have the Seven of Pentacles, right? When I say the Seven of Pentacles, on top of the Knight of Cups, on top of the Lovers, right? So it could be something that you are willing to consider working on, right? But what we're not doing, excuse me, is going back to the way that things were or used to be. And I could even say that this is like you making, you at the, some go, who goes, who doesn't go, who stays, who doesn't. Like everybody's not able to go with you in this new, you know, especially, well, I put it like this. You have family, you have friends, you have acquaintances, you have people. Let's just say it's easier to cut some people off than others, right? And some people you have, let's just say, family, and what kind of family, how close, you know, you know, and to what capacity, you know, what role do they play in your life, and what's the, like, it's all these type of things that you're having to take into consideration. And it's just really one of those things, like, especially with the High Priestess to the Fool, it's so much easier to just say, wipe the slate. I'm moving on. It's a lot easier to not have to overanalyze something. It's like, why do I have to? No thanks. Like, this is a no thank you. This is an act as if it never happened. Like, what do you mean? Like, this is not a we're going to continue to tell the story and let's go to therapy and let's continue to, like, sometimes it's not worth it. For what? And I keep bringing this, well, it just happened maybe last week, right? But it just happened to where I had this most recent conversation, and I cuts, I burns, I blocks, I deletes, I do all the things, right? But not only, I was asking, like, what's the benefit? You know, as far as keeping whatever this, let's keep it in touch and whatever, right? And she was like, I mean, you know, I don't know what you, and I'm just like, but no, seriously, you know what? And I was just like, when's the last time I spoke to you? How long has it been? You good, right? You know, and I'm glad to hear from, you know, we just continue to do what you've been doing. And I forget where, I think I got to the point where it was just like, I ended up hanging up the phone because I was just like, you know. But, yeah, anyway, it was just, this wasn't like, you know, sometimes people speak to an estranged parent, right, for the sake of the kids, or an estranged sibling for the sake of whatever, right? I promise you, sometimes it's just a lot easier, especially when it comes to, I don't care what nobody say. You can say forgive and forget, but you kind of need to remember some things. Yes, people change, a whole lot of things, all the things, taking a whole lot into consideration. But it would behoove you to kind of remember why you cut them off in the first place, or why you guys distance in the first place. Because sometimes it's just distance. But sometimes that motherfucker did something. Sometimes the spirit spoke to you. God, angels, ancestors, spirit, you guys, whatever you want to call it, spoke to you and told you specifically that's that one you need to let it go. And sometimes you're divided and separated by the ancestors, okay, for a reason. Like, I don't know. All I'm just saying is tap in. Stay in tune. Stay tapped in, because there's a whole lot of stuff out here that's just not worth it. Revisiting or opening up, whatever you want to call it. It's just, whatever, digress. And I'm at the point of my life. It's a whole lot of stuff that I'm just like, you know what? I'm good. Very nice to see you. And seeing these type of cards, not to be funny, it could be a father figure. It could be and I was about to say, it doesn't necessarily have to be a love relationship. This could be something. If I saw the Six of Cups, it would have given me more of a, you know, childhood friend, whatever. Could be something work related, you know. But what's up with this Four of Pentacles is you not budging, you not moving, you standing on it, like you sitting on it. You're like, no, we good over here. And it's something about being good over here on your own. Like, you've been good, you've been doing it. Now all of a sudden you want to come in and try to interject or try to come in and let's the good times and let's, you know, whatever, right? Don't want to harp too much on it because we already 20 minutes in. But yeah, this was real. I can almost, like, you know what, sis, this was real. Sure, why not? Let me say wrap this up and close this out. I wanted it to be like a story. I wanted it to be, I just didn't want to channel this energy. I didn't really want to channel. Ooh, goodness grief. Y'all, guess what? I just dropped. Well, look what I said. I was just talking about the Six of Cups, wasn't I? With the King of Pentacles, with the Four of Wands. Let me tell you. You may have a decision coming up where you've been doing this all along. Like, when I say doing this, you've been making this decision. You've been cutting people off. You have been closing out cycles and all the things. But you have a situation, and it keeps coming up. So it just is what it is. I'm not even, because based off of what just happened and how this whole kind of, let me just show y'all. I know it's a lot. I know you can't really see it, but let's just say these are the cards. Is a lot. It's more than a few, right? So give me a second. Let me pick these cards up. Based on the cards that fell, and the few that fell face, well, this fell face up. This deck fell face. These three cards fell face up. And it's the Ace of Pentacles with the Chariot with the Ten of Swords. And it's something about presenting the opportunity for you, and I feel like, honestly, for you to move on and release the past, release the pain, release the, and I mean, if anything, I would even say heal. Or possibly, you know, to move on. Heal the past. Or in some trajectories, you know, like move on. Based on, like, some stuff you just, I don't think some stuff you can come back from. Sure you can, if you're still alive or breathing. But I truly believe it's some stuff that you cannot come back from. It's some stuff that you cannot erase. Somebody asked me a question the other day, and this was something else. I ain't even gonna get too deep into that. But it was in the concept of a connection, right? And let's just say, I know the question, I'm not even gonna go into it because it was based on a conversation that we were having. So the person was pretty much just asking, what does space and time, what role does space and time play on a connection? And it's, if there is no communication, if there is no physical contact, if there is no physical doing, being, having in a connection, what role does that absence, the space between the play? And for example, if somebody asks you a question today at 12 p.m., and you choose to take 2 weeks to respond, what role does that, what role does that space and time play? Right? So anyway, that's coming up right here. That's coming up. That concept or whatever that is coming up. right? And what I'm seeing, especially now with the confirmation of this Six of Cups with the King of Pentacles, and it just is what it is with the Four of Wands. Somebody's really wanting to... Somebody's wanting to come back. Could have been 10 years removed, right? Well, let's just say it could have been some time between you could have been in communication, you could have been in contact, but y'all it wasn't really nothing. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden, they want to build, they want to create something, something probably y'all haven't had since you was a child. You know, but whatever. We ain't gonna, we sitting up here, we living, we learning, we healing, we doing all the things, right? So anyway, that's however you gonna carry. I say, what's the good stuff? Good stuff is reconciliation. Good stuff is celebration. Good stuff is I'm seeing a little bit here, especially on the 10. I'm about to say it again, the Wheel of Fortune. Like somebody's wanting to, I could say repay, but I'm not getting repay on the King of Wands. With the King of Wands is return. But with the King of Pentacles is more of a repay, compensate you. Or something about King of Wands could be like come in and play a role. You know, with the Knight of Cups, at least it could be an apology. It could be some type of offering, especially with the Ace of Pentacles. I saw the Ace of Pentacles. I didn't take it out. Anyway, whatever, right? And give me something on the Fool card. With the Ace of Wands in reverse. Let me stop. But yeah, Fool card, clarify that Ace of Wands for me. Because I'm about to say, yeah, 5 of Wands. It's something else on that. It's something else on that. Yeah. And I'm really getting the ties that bind. The ties that bind. It really, whew. Y'all look. Let me get this out because I'm done. Because with the Hangman, right? It's probably something you're gonna have to think about. It's all the things and how you're gonna think about. Not how you're gonna think about it, but I believe it's one of those things. Is how to go forward and to what extent, if at all, right? Because it's something still binding. It's something still with this 5 of Wands. We got the 7 of Wands. Like, yeah, you can be. It's the craziest thing. You can be. How can I say? This is a dynamic of like is a thin line between love and hate, right? There's a thin line between love and hate, and they could love you with a passion, but still unalive your ass due to passion. Do you get what I'm saying? You could be, anyway, that's what I'm seeing. So I'm not even speaking that type of energy. But what I am saying is I wouldn't be so caught up with the love and the passion and the desire and all the things because it's really, you have to take each case by case. Case by case, and I promise you, some people just cannot go where you're going. And I really think you have to take a lot of stuff into consideration when you're trying to reconnect and rewind and is a whole lot of reads that I'm just like rethink that decision. Did I take it out? No. And I'm really getting like again. I say it's something because that Hangman. It was showing in reverse, but it's something about you. I don't know if you've already made up your mind. They may want you to reconsider, but it's really something. I'm really getting a whole lot of like with the Justice in reverse. Like I feel like you would mess up, or 9 of Cups in reverse. You would mess up a whole lot of the work that you have done. It's really big on something about not going back. It's really big on something about not going back. Let me give me some final cards. Let me go ahead and shuffle this deck. Like I said, we didn't have the whole deck full. Give me a final outcome. Because this was supposed to be the good stuff, right? This would be the good stuff. I'm just saying, it's like, I don't know. You could be dealing with people that you just have, like, I'm gonna say pent up animosity, but it's like, it's something like some of the stuff that you really, y'all got some issues that y'all got to deal with. You can't just like, yeah, let's get back together and make it like it was now. Like, somebody gonna have to talk about the pink elephant in the room. Somebody gonna have to whole time be on some like, I don't know if it's restitution. I don't know. Maybe it's just a whole lot of pride. Maybe it's just a whole lot of, when I say pride, like on some defense. Like, nah, I'm good. Like, we on some, I'm trying to live. I'm good. Like, all right, give me the outcome of this. Possible outcome with the moon. Thanks. 7 of Cups. With the Queen of Cups. Yeah, you protecting your peace. You over here maintaining and handling and doing what you gotta do with the 2 of Pentacles. As it is, it's something about you doing your best with what you have. And this 2 of Pentacles, like maybe you just maintaining. With the Death card, you are really over here busy healing. Busy handling, busy maintaining, busy transforming, transmuting, like busy creating, busy, you know, and it's something about this interjection. Something about this revisiting, this what you want to call it, whatever. Things wanting to come back. It's something, I don't know, I keep getting this healing. I keep getting this, I don't know, whatever. But I'll say this because I don't want to mess it up too much. But it's come up before. It's come up before. It's something about not wanting to miss the ship. And the fact that you're doing better is like people wanting to, you know, latch on to you. But in the latching, sometimes it will deter you. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Well, I don't know what's up today. Everything just in reverse if it want to be. Was the 2 of Pentacles in reverse too? I don't know. So you got the Queen of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles. Okay, so whatever, right? But I think somebody just really gonna have to the Moon card, the 7 of Cups with the Queen of Cups. This is like our whole time, I promise you, this is therapy. This is showing all your cards. This is, I feel like this is observation. This is not making any quick decisions. This is like really seeing people for what they are. Seeing past the illusion, past the, you know, 10 of Cups. And a Knight of Pentacles with the Magician on the bottom. We're not saying it's not possible. We're not saying none of that. And what the possibility is, we all of that, right? But it's really something about, I'm just getting protecting your peace. I'm getting like being wise, going forth, and like, you know, I think about sometimes like, and this is not the case, but you got to consider certain things like this, right? Whatever, I forget the story, Roman, Babylon, wherever it was. It wasn't Babylon, but Roman something, wherever the story is with the Trojan horse, right? Excuse me. Like, people could see the positives in things all day long. But once you got to a point where you have You got a lot to lose. It's something about just like really having to, you can stay prayed up, you can stay all the things, but you're really having to out here in these streets, in this world, in this crazy matrix, whatever. You're really having to move like a crook move. Like in silence, like strategic, like everything. I don't care. Like, I'm really getting like as powerful as you are, and as much as it's like, and I'm like, and I don't wanna keep going harping, because now I'm just blah blah blah, right? Because it's all the things, that's coming up. Like, yes, you're forgiving, yes, you're healing, yes, you know you want to release this, all of that. You wanna start over. You do, of course you do. You see it. Oh, that's great. I'm so glad. Now you want to come back around. And it's like, no, that can't. You might think you're ready, and then all of a sudden you start having a conversation. It's like, oh, dang, well, do I just want to have these surface ass level conversations, or do you want to have these surface level relationships? And then it's like, well, what's the point in that? It's like, hey, well, now I'm good. And then you come up with a situation where it's like, well, dang, that might be my father, or that might be my daughter's father, or that might be my sister, that might be a work partner, a colleague, or whatever. And it's like every situation you're having to look at, I'm like, okay, so what did that person actually do, and what role did that person actually play? Do I see the benefit in keeping in touch with them, or do I see, it's like you're always, especially, and that's why I feel like wherever that Two of Pentacles went, right? You're really going back and forth and playing this, like, with every relationship, every situation. Like, you're having to start moving in this world like you're playing the game, and you're taking control of your mind, and you're not moving in scarcity or in fear, but you are moving strategically. You are moving in awareness. You are, like, having to see, like, everything don't always work out. You say you had the best intentions in the world. You thought that shit was going to be the best thing since sliced bread. And then all of a sudden, like, dang, that one decision that you made. Like, there's plenty of people out here, man. I promise you. They was like, hey, I just want to keep my marriage together. I came across this story. Anyway, I know, right? But I came across the story, and I'm pretty sure, some people's like, no, you need to leave them. And some people's like, no, y'all should work it out. And that person probably had every feeling in their heart that they should leave. And because they did not decide to leave, they lost their lives. And I know it may not be that drastic or that stark, but you'd be surprised. Sometimes those situations ended for a reason. Sometimes those relationships ended for a reason, and you call yourself going back or trying to reconsider or allowing certain things back that, I don't know. And when I see this Four of Wands, it's something about, whatever, but I keep getting that Trojan horse with the Knight of Pentacles. Seven of Cups could be anything. With the Ten of Cups, of course, you want it to be positive, but it's whole time like, and I'm healing. I'm healing. Making me think of that. It was a meme where the girl was like, I'm not healed, duh. I'm healing, Anyway, neither here nor there. And sometimes I believe, let's just say, healing or even being healed doesn't mean that you're out here like with this Fool card. And I said blank slate earlier, but it doesn't mean that you out here like you had no recollection of what transpired. None. I feel like you might have to like let a whole lot of stuff go, and especially with the Death card that I saw, you're willing to take this journey, pack light, all of that. But it's something about, you can smell a smell you ain't smelled in a long time, and it'll bring back like, you'll hear a sound that you haven't heard in a long time, and it'll bring back a thought or a feeling or an emotion. And it's something about stuff like that it has its place. Like, you can try to forget and try to sugarcoat. You could try to, it's certain things that just, let's just say you may not be able to put your finger on it, but it just does not sit well with your soul. And all I'm saying, okay, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. There we go. It's something about just trusting your intuition. However good it sounds, however, whatever you can go back and forth with yourself all day long. And that's why I was seeing with that Two of Pentacles. But it's somebody standing on it. Because you done put a whole lot of work into whatever you've done. And it's something about having to do it on your own. So trust your intuition moving forward. And you know, and the decisions that you're having to continue to make. Because this is not it. This is not all. You know, life is full of decisions and deciding, you know, which way to go and what to choose, you know. And it's just something about these people in situations that want to return or revisit or rewind, whatever, something, reattach, I don't know, whatever. You're really having to be like, whole time. And navigating each of these experiences, each of these nuances, you're having to, you know, trust your intuition. And yes, some decisions are easier than others, but it feels like some of these decisions are major. I would say major kings. Let me stop. But some of these decisions are a little bit, I don't even say major. Like, some are easier than others. Let me put it that way. Anyway, that is it. That is all. Let me go get this child, because I don't know what's happening at this point. The sun going down and everything. All right, but it's Friday night, and we're supposed to be going and finding her little friend a birthday present. And she's sitting up in here acting like we ain't got nothing to do. Anyway, trust all is well. Praise God. Thanks so much for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. Hope this was entertaining or whatever you like it to be. Anyway, enlightening, if anything, right? If anything, therapeutic, if anything, right? Catch up with y'all on the next one. Thanks so much for supporting. Like, share, subscribe. Help me hurry up and get to 1,000 subscribers, especially if you made it this far in the video. Come on. I'm already like, fuck with me. All right, y'all. Thanks so much. Appreciate you. Catch up with you on the next one. In the meantime, in between time, keep doing what you love. Peace.